The power of transformation is in our love. We've got each other, and God's got us. Power of transformation is in our love. We've got each other, and God's got us.
What's going on? What's going on? Truly, most definitely a beautiful day in the neighborhood. As Mr. Rogers would say, would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you be, please, won't you be, please, won't you be my neighbor? It's your boy Ramon, most definitely in the building. Dr. Carter, Pastor Carter, Elder Carter, any kind of Carter you want to call me, just don't call me collect. You understand me? Because I ain't President One, you understand me? And I'm up here with my lovely wife, Miss Mariko. Oh, Mariko Carter. And she up in here, you understand me? So it's a beautiful day. But today we have special, I don't even say guests, because they basically family, you understand me? They basically family from another mother. Brother and sister from another mother. And we all have the same mother, I believe, so you understand me? Same father and mother and everybody. Because we all related, you understand? So we have no other than Mr. Super and Mrs. Super Fantastic Digital doggone Marketeers. You understand me? Mrs. Rashid and Mrs. Cheryl Salahuddin, you understand me? Most definitely in the building, you understand? And we all here.
We all in here.
We are here. Yes.
What a marvelous introduction.
Yes. As he always liked to do, he loved to do super fantastic introductions.
Absolutely.
So what's up? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, it's transformation night. A transformative night. So we getting together with a lovely couple. And
Super excited.
yeah. And we were just sitting around chit-chatting about how we met. And sometimes, you know, when you meet people, you know almost immediately, like, whether or not they're going to be in your life forever.
Amen to that. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Because you guys met, you guys were dating for how long before you got married?
Actually, 6 weeks. 6 entire weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
6 weeks?
About 3 weeks in, we were like, yeah, we're about to do this.
So how did that even come about 6 weeks in?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, actually, we knew each other longer than that.
Okay.
We knew each other for
Okay.
about 2 years or so.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's been watching. You were watching, huh?
We have a very interesting story.
And we would like to hear it. I'm sure my guests will like to hear it.
You better watch it.
So
Yeah. So I was divorced, or recently divorced, when I first saw Cheryl. So I was recently divorced, and I assumed I'd be getting back with my ex-wife, so I didn't aggressively pursue anyone
Right. Okay.
at that time. So when that didn't happen, I knew Cheryl, but we didn't like formulate any real dating. I knew her, and she knew I was going finishing up a divorce. So
He cleans it up so well.
Yeah.
So let me
Yeah,
tell
that's
you what
right.
really transpired. We met, we were conversating for about a good 3 weeks or so, and then he married his ex-wife. So that's what
Wait.
severed the relationship. Yeah, that time.
I
Yes.
did like that. I don't know that it was 3 weeks.
Well, I
How you
remember.
know, of course, the woman is going to.
Right, I remember very well.
I don't remember that.
And like we were saying, you know, when you meet somebody, sometimes you just know, like, whether or not they're gonna be in your life for a while. And I liked him a lot. So 3 weeks in, I knew I liked him a lot. And we were having these really great conversations. And most of them stemmed around, like, if you have a kid and you're divorced, you should absolutely try everything in your power to get
make
back.
it work.
Yeah, make it work.
Okay.
But I had no idea the man would go back and marry his ex-wife.
Oh,
But I
you told him that.
Wait, hold
But
on.
I don't think it
Wait.
had anything to do with it. I just think, like, that was the timing for me
So
in my head. Yeah.
So let me ask this question. So was it an encourage? Do you feel like you encouraged him to do that?
remember. I don't think you remember that at all, huh? The
And
conversations.
And
I
the reason
remember
why I'm
because,
asking because I know I heard you say that, y'all will have conversations on, if you have a kid, you need to do everything in your power. So what, you had a kid, right?
Yeah.
So to me, I would feel like, you telling him that y'all having conversations about it, that kind of encouraged him to be like, yeah, let's go and try to make this work. I'm gonna try to make
you
this
know what?
work.
I'm gonna take credit for that. Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah,
right.
possibly.
Right.
Yeah. So I helped you be a great man. You gave
So,
Yeah.
you
which is
gave it
good
your all.
because he listened.
Right.
Early on, he listened. He took advice. He listened. Woo!
Yeah.
That's good qualities of a man, I
Yeah.
tell you, baby.
I knew that, my parents have been married. They made their anniversary a week and a half or so ago.
Yeah, we
Six-
saw that.
like
We
Yeah,
did.
64
Something
years.
like that.
So-
Congratulations to them.
That was the only relationship I saw. So being, possibly looking at my son grow up in a single parent household,
Right.
I was like, plus my divorce, however God makes things happen, but the initial reason behind the divorce was, I was, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Hey, what's understood on these big planes?
Okay.
But
mess.
but because of that, you try harder. You like, I don't want this to be my life where that
Right.
for the rest of my son's life, he said, oh, my no good daddy, ABC. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna work my way back in there. But a part of somewhat of the reasoning that it didn't work when me and my ex-wife got back together because, I have a lot of entrepreneurial dreams. So this was like 15 years ago or so. So we had an agreement. I drove a taxi cab for like 20 years, and my ex-wife agreed to take me back if I keep a job. So I got this job at DirecTV, and I remember it was the day that they had the election with Obama was running for president, and the job said that we couldn't go vote because we had to go work an early shift because they had a lot of work. No, I don't know how their system worked now. I'm not knocking DirecTV,
Right.
but meaning only way I could go vote is if I quit. Now look, it was time for me to stand up for the cause, the black man
Right,
running for
that's
office,
right.
and the job say you can't go vote. So at this point, I got a dilemma. If I go vote, then my wife at the time gonna be like, you called off of work or whatever. Like we had this agreement
You'd
to,
be in trouble.
yeah, I'll be in trouble. But if I quit the job, that meant our relationship was out. So I quit the job and told her, and then she was like, pack your stuff. And I packed my stuff, and that was it. Right.
Obama, Mr. Carter,
For Barack Obama, right? For Barack. I mean, that's impressive, babe. You super black power.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Ooh,
reason
for
was
Barack.
divine intervention. I was supposed to be with Cheryl, so
Absolutely.
that's
Right.
probably
Yes.
however that
Yes.
however I had to get
Well,
routed
That's
there.
exactly what that was.
Well, that's some good stuff right there. I remember my wife had came to my office. I was on the 3rd floor working at Southern University, and as a counselor, and I was dealing with Forex, and I had all of my books was out at the time, and she came up. I was watching her. I ain't gonna lie. I saw Actually, we go way back further than that because I used to live around the corner. I had a trap house right around the corner from them. In 1995, yeah, 1995, at a trap house right around the corner from them, and across the canal. And I remember going over there, and I was a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Me and my cousin, we had about 10 cars on the block. They were tagged. It is what it is, but it was ours.
Right.
We never jobbed them, but they was ours though.
Oh,
And so, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm a law-abiding citizen right now.
That's
But long story short, she came up. I'm like, dang, this girl look familiar. But I ain't, I just, how you admire,
Right.
she cute. You
Right.
understand? And I said, she's a big woman. She's a big girl right there, So she came to my office and, we talked and everything. And she was, when we was in my office, she was on the edge of her seat. you know, because I was captivated to
Yeah,
it,
we
right?
really remember it.
Yeah, I was out. She had on the white pants and everything. So I'm sitting behind the desk and we talking. And after she left, right, I walked her back downstairs. I watched her walk away. I'm like, you know, she, you know.
And I
She
watched it.
all right.
I turned around and looked. I said,
She said he watched it. You know.
I
So
love it.
then I went to Europe. The pandemic hit. Come back. I look on social media. She doing masks. I'm a Cowboy fan, Dallas Cowboy fan. You know, she had on a Dallas Cowboy mask. It was beautiful. I'm like, okay, bam, I got the Dallas Cowboy mask.
Yeah, I made the mask too big.
Yeah, she made the mask too big.
Well, let me just say this. I didn't make the mask too big. He just have little ears.
I'm saying though, so long story short, you know, I got the man from I bought something else from you.
You bought masks.
All right, I met you
And I just met you to bring
by
you the
the
mask.
house. I got the masks. I met you in the parking lot by Walgreens. Got some
Got
other
some
masks.
masks, yeah,
I got a
yeah.
set
Yeah,
of
he
masks.
just kept reaching out to get masks. So
You know, I
said,
got
"Lord,
the masks and everything, but that was it. I wasn't worried about
I
nothing
said,
else.
flirt.
You know, and so after the relationship had ended, when I was in a relationship in 2020, and so I became a squirrel.
A single bachelor. Don't say a squirrel.
Well, a single bachelor. You understand?
Became
So
a bachelor.
yeah, I became a bachelor.
Right.
Yeah, you know, keep it real, keep it real. So I got in touch with him, talking and everything, and I remember in September I went over there by a friend's house. Long story short, you know, I left, and then I came over there. You know.
Baby, you have to keep going.
I came over there and everything. Single is what it is, right? So he now go home. What you say? So we come on over there one day. I say, hey, how you doing? So we talk a little more. What you doing? I'm like, hey, where y'all at? I cook. So she came over, her and her son and daughter-in-law. Came over, I cooked some stuffed Cornish hen, you understand me? Stuffed Cornish hen with all the trims and trimming and everything, right? Did that, they ate and all this stuff here. But something happened, I ain't find out this happened, that particular moment, until afterwards, right? She's told me,
Well, you.
she told me,
Well, you can't tell my story.
huh? You gonna say it?
I mean, you can't tell my story because what you're about to say didn't happen when you think that did. That didn't happen on that time.
It happened before I got it.
So
I'm like,
let me just say
what
this. He
happened?
said so much. So let me just
So
say
wait a minute,
he
that
had invited me to his house about 3 times. Right? So and I've been to his house 3 times. And this particular time when I went, he invited us up to the rooftop where they had a pool. So of course when I went in his house I took my shoes off. So when he invited us up to the pool, I had to put my
that
shoes
couple
back
right
on,
there.
right?
I had that couple.
So I had to put my shoes on, and when I sat down to put my shoes on, he grabbed my feet to put my shoes on for me.
Oh,
So when he did
nice.
that, I was like, oh my God, this is really nice.
Umbrella.
Right, so that's where my mind was at, because I'm a fairy tale type of girl, so my mind was that instantly. I'm like, okay. So we went up to the rooftop and we had some wine and we was up there and we came back down.
I had a cigar. Oh.
We might have, I don't know. But I came back down and when we got back down in the apartment, he went to use the bathroom. Oh no, he didn't go to use the bathroom. He went down to check his mail. So while he checked his mail, I went kind of snooped around in the apartment, right? So I went in his room and I'm looking around in his room and I'm
Oh,
like,
you really
wow,
snooped.
yeah, I'm snooping. So I'm looking, I see his cologne, but I'm not too far in there. So I just looked around in the room and I said, oh my God.
Didn't you tell me you smelled the cologne? I said, oh, he
I
smelled
walked around in
All right,
the room
now
and
tell
I
it.
looked at his cologne and I'm like, that's some nice cologne. And I'm just looking and admiring the room.
Uh-huh.
And I just was looking and I said, oh my God.
Speak up.
And I said, oh my God, this is going to be my husband.
You
That ain't the whole story. You was in my closet to say, oh,
just
say
said-
that part there. Say it.
I'm saying that this is my story.
All
I'm telling you,
right.
like our son told him this morning. This is my story, and I'm telling my
All
story.
right, you was in the closet, all this stuff, all
I
nice
did.
and
I said,
neat.
I just.
You You ain't say how you laid across my bed and say this was my doggone one. Did you lay up in my bed? Huh? Did she laid it? Tell it.
But that's my story.
What you did? No, what you did?
Where was the mailbox?
Downstairs.
So
I was on
in the
the fifth
condo,
floor.
he had to catch the elevator downstairs to get to
Oh,
the
so you
mailbox.
knew you
So
had
I
no time.
had some time.
So did you go lay in my bed?
So let me just say this since he need to hear this for some strange reason. So of course, I looked inside the room. Yeah, he's so extra
I
sometimes.
think
So
you know.
I walked around the room. I smelled his cologne. I looked in his closet. I saw his hats all neat. So I just went lay across the bed. I said, "Oh my God, this is gonna be my husband."
You Christian
And
my
how
bed, huh?
much longer was it before y'all actually married?
So that was
We got married,
wait. So believe it or not, that happened in November, and so it was.
You laying in the bed had to be in October because my birthday was November the 3rd.
So yeah,
By
that
this
was in
time I
October.
already,
So let me just say
you
that happened in
already
October,
consummated.
and then about 9 months later he proposed.
Oh, I love it.
So 3 months after that, of course, we was married.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, it kind
Within
of
a
went
year.
in that order. So it was
So you know
January
you
the
know.
1st.
And let me tell you something. I actually knew, and I've been proposed to before,
Mhm.
right? But it never felt like it felt with him. And the crazy part about our relationship and the way everything is, I was never ever attracted to short men.
Ever.
Like ever. Like I hated when short
But
men.
I'm tall. I'm tall, man. You got dog.
I actually hated it.
Prove that he's short. He's shorter
I
than
mean-
some people.
But he's shorter than the average guy. Every guy that I ever dated was at least 5'11" and up,
Mhm.
right? So I'm 5'9", so they always were taller than me.
Mhm.
Right, so to date somebody that's 5'5", which is 4 inches shorter than me, that's never. I would have
unusual.
never.
You almost missed your blessing. Huh? You almost missed the blessing, Lord. You almost.
So with that being said, I know that I am most definitely his blessing.
Oh,
You got doggone right. You understand me? You got doggone right because I learned myself a whole lot because of my past mistakes. Right? I learned some things. Don't do that. Right? I had to learn to be in order to be a better man, you're gotta be taught by another man who's already been through it and did the trial and error and was straight upright. That's a whole nother subject right there. What I would talk about with Chap. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, but it's a blessing. I wouldn't take it for granted, and like Dr. Miles Monroe said, we are constantly growing. You know what I'm saying? We get to know each other, right? Because I ain't know she liked she liked the spaghettis.
So, babe, stop it. You so bad. So let's ask y'all. Listen, let's turn our focus back on our guest.
All right, what's wrong with the spaghetti?
You're just so extra sometimes, I tell you.
Huh?
So he's just so extra, baby. But anyway, so did you guys have any type of hiccups or any type of anything that would have caused you guys or make you, Cheryl, or either you, Rashid, think twice about actually getting married or
yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is excellent. This is excellent.
Hiccups.
Yeah, so we were both this is both of our second marriages.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so he was coming from his remarriage, second marriage, and I was coming from a real difficult, crazy situation,
Okay.
marriage. So when I came down here, I moved down with my
down
1-year-old
from where?
son from Oakland.
Oh, she's Oakland.
Yeah,
Okay.
really New Orleans.
Okay. Good.
You lived in Oakland for
Yeah, but I lived in
6
Oakland for
years.
6 years.
Okay.
And when I was there, I got married right after Katrina. I was like,
Okay.
ooh, gotta have something tangible, like something real. So family was real for me.
Right.
So got married, had a baby. When my son was 9 weeks old, my husband had to take a trip upstate. So he was locked up. He wasn't getting out for 20 years. So I moved back home. And when I moved home, I ran into Rashid almost immediately, but I had this 1-year-old child that definitely needed some male balance in his life. So that was definitely a hiccup.
Yeah.
And the fact that Rashid remarried his ex-wife, for me, that was a hiccup.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but we worked through it all.
we did.
So did you remarry her? Like that was your second time marrying her?
Yeah, so we got divorced, and then
Oh,
You know.
So you got divorced and then you went back and married her again.
After we met and we're actually having conversation and talking and everything, how you gonna marry somebody and you talking with somebody?
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, it does
Yeah,
happen.
stuff happens.
So I mean things do happen. So you went back and remarried, right?
Yeah.
And how long between the divorce did you remarry?
I think that might have been like, it lasted like 3 weeks. When I remarried my ex-wife,
Right. So you
It
didn't.
was 10
so,
days.
10 days.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
10
so
days.
y'all divorced and then 10 later you went married. her?
No, we was divorced for like
2
a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Like a year and a
okay.
half,
All right.
like trying to like see if it could work out.
Okay.
The divorce, the paperwork was in and everything.
Okay,
It wasn't
got it.
officially.
Okay.
You had to have, if you had a child, you had to wait
You had to
this
wait a
amount of
year.
time
Oh,
to
yeah,
file
that's
a
right,
year.
that's right.
So we was in that
Okay,
stage.
that was in that
So
stage, okay.
within that stage,
All right.
I got back with it and it lasted 10 days.
10 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
But y'all been married now 7 years.
12.
No.
Yeah.
12.
Going on
And,
13
oh,
years.
13 years.
So 13 years. That's
Yep.
So y'all have Zakim,
Zakia
Zakim,
and Rakim.
Rakim.
Yep.
Okay.
So he had a his, I had a mine, and then we had 2 hours together.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
So, all right. You got Louisa. You have Rashid
Taheed.
Taheed.
Mhm.
All right. So, all right. So you had, because I know Rashid grew up Muslim.
Mhm.
So you had a Muslim name.
Yeah,
It
actually,
all worked
my
out?
ex-husband was Muslim.
Ain't that
Yeah.
so?
So when
And I
Cheryl,
converted, yeah.
when
so-
Cheryl came to New Orleans when I met her at the mosque.
Yeah,
So,
we actually met at the
yeah,
mosque.
so we met at the mosque.
Okay, so that makes
How
sense.
you know? She had a face rap?
No,
You know, like if it's a
So
it's a smaller mosque, so you know, if it's 35, 40 people there, then it's, you know, if you see a sister
Yeah.
Yeah.
coming that nobody ever saw before,
The new
it's
girl.
like, who
The
is
new
this
girl,
new?
yeah.
Your dad was an
The new
imam?
sister.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
All right. So.
Yeah. So we met in a religious structure. So,
So, right.
technically,
So technically,
like
Well, that's where Adam got Eve, right there in the presence.
In the
Right.
garden, right.
So
Right in the presence.
if in the states of being practicing and doing your best to practice, the objective of courting is to marry. So it's
Yeah.
not like, well, you know what I'm saying, let me see what's happening, you dig? So
Right.
if I'm gonna approach somebody in a mosque or like at church,
right.
Mhm.
so to speak, you're not like, wow. Now you can go elsewhere and do that,
Right.
but if you're approaching somebody, it's like, you know, like, you know
So
what I'm saying?
so basically, what you say, you already had it in your mind. Like, if I approach her, then I know this may be somebody I have to marry. Like, that's
Well,
what it
you
is.
Yeah.
only approach with the intent.
Oh,
Like, I'm
got
not really trying to see what I could figure out and see, you know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? Let me see.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
So
the intent
let me-
is to marry.
it. So let me ask this question. So we heard, you know, Rashid approached with the intent to marry. My question to you is
Yeah, I had the intent.
to do what? To do what?
You're referring to
Do
yourself.
something.
I'm just saying, though.
Like, wait a
Or your squirrely self.
Well, listen. Well, not you can't use the word. Well, when I saw, you understand. First when you had on that Bluetooth dress when I came over for your birthday, you was looking like Lucky Charms.
So be for real, babe. This is serious.
I
What was
know.
your intent?
My intent, I wanted you that night. That was my intent. I surely did. I wanted you that night. I said, Lord is my shepherd. He knows what I want. You understand? But I didn't, you know. I didn't.
So at what point
guess
did
what?
you have intentions? Like you didn't have intentions on. The reason why
I-
I'm asking
no,
this
no,
question
no,
because
get-
he can't seem to get it out.
All right, because when I saw you, I'm like, she's a beautiful woman. And, you know, after conversating and everything, I'm like, okay. And I was dating
Right.
multiple, some people. And I saw the process of elimination. I'm like, nah, this one right here, this one ain't, nah, no. And it all narrowed down to her. Because I wasn't really looking for nobody. I've been married 3 times.
Right.
Already. You understand? Right out of jail, I got married. They ain't last a year. The second one, 7 years. The third one, it ain't last a year. And I'm like, Lord, you know, the first time and second time and third time, man, what's wrong with you? You need to get yourself together.
Right.
So I ain't got therapy after that last one. Therapy and counseling. And so this time I'm like, you know what? I have sons. I don't want my sons to grow up, you know, jumping from woman to woman.
Right.
We're not having that. Nah, you know, don't play with nobody's feelings. This is who you're gonna deal with. This is what you're gonna deal with. And so therefore, you know, my intentions I like her, you know, and she slept by my house. You understand? Slept in my bed. I ain't even touch her. I said, that's nobody but God.
I wasn't letting them touch me anyway.
I-
But that being said,
No.
that's how I knew too, because he didn't. You know, that didn't happen.
All right. All right.
You
You
know, that
understand
only
me?
confirmed what I said in the beginning. So it's almost like I manifested, like, this is
You
my
spoke
husband.
it.
Yeah, I
You
did.
spoke me into existence. You say,
Well, actually,
this is
I
bone of my
spoke-
bone.
so let me say this.
Flesh of my
I actually
flesh.
spoke him to existence really before, but not knowing that it would be him 5'5". Not, you know, I just.
Wait a minute, but when the sun shining, I'm 7 foot.
Well, actually, you really
My
are a
shadow.
giant. So I mean,
My shadow is
but
7 feet.
honestly, I mean, I did. I actually asked for somebody like you.
God, the Lord. You understand me?
That's a blessing.
Yes. Yeah. And
Hey.
you know what's amazing about that is I wrote a list requesting like
Oh my
everything
God.
that I want in a man. Everything.
Wow.
And Rashid, I manifested him.
That's right, because I did the same thing. I knew what I wanted.
So both of y'all said, Lord, I want something chocolate with a bald head.
Kind of.
Yeah, Lord, I need him to be physically fit, Lord, and I need him to have a good sense of humor. You understand?
Mind, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
You understand?
protect, care,
yes,
loves
caring,
God.
loving, yes.
Yeah, more than he loves himself.
Yes,
Therefore, he
yes,
loves himself.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And,
And
yes.
Cheryl
me
fit the
properly.
description of if I ever was a kid to think, what my
Virgil.
wife looked like, height, size, color,
Yes.
hair, everything. So,
Wow.
you know,
You manifested me.
yeah, manifested it. And we all do. We visualize what we see that we want, and then when that thing enters into our space, we're like, oh, that's it. I can see that. That's it.
Wow.
So,
So I got a little joke since Ramon keep joking.
Wait, hold on, because we got to go to this quick commercial.
All
real
right,
quick,
so
you
we're going to
understand
go to
me?
a quick commercial and we're going to come back, guys.
It's going down, baby. Royal Culture bags right there. Look at the black one. Look at the blue one. Look at the red one. Look at the tan one. I'm trying to tell you. Now look on the inside. Look on the inside. Take that out. Look at the fur. Look at the fur. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. That's fur right there. Straight from the jungle. You understand? Multiple zippers on the inside. Pockets on the inside. Get you one today. I'm trying to tell you. Straight like that. We are back.
Hey, so if you're enjoying our podcast, do us a favor and help us grow. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. So thank you for watching. Back to the show. Like that, sir.
He was just about to tell everybody go out there and get some of that. www.royalculture75.
Yeah, man.
You know how you do it.
Let's not forget to shop on royalculture.com, www.royalculture75. Get that Royal Culture bag, y'all.
Sweet sauce.
Don't buy it right. Secure the bag. Now, what was I saying?
You just jump right back in, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to go on. So I said I had a joke right before the commercial. You know, you joke and you likes to play a lot. So, you know, going off of what Cheryl said. Look, he be looking so nervous, y'all, because he don't be knowing what I'm about to say.
You ever be like this?
So, you know, she just talked about how, you know, she was the one, like, he vision, and I'm not about to ask you the question, I'm just going to make the joke,
Yeah.
right? Because My husband, I can't really imagine what his idea of a woman would look like, but I'm sure he wanted a virtuous woman, which he got. But I can't, like, I don't know if he wanted a you know, because I heard him mention about, you know, she's a big girl, you know, he like to say that, but I am a big, you know, woman. And so I don't know if, you know, as a child, you don't look, you know, for thicker girl. Well, some men do, but you know, I don't imagine him wanting a woman that was taller than him, you know what I'm saying? But the joke is, you know, and I found out from his aunt, but his dad is short and his stepmom is taller than his dad. His, your auntie said, why you looking like that? It's about 4 men that I can remember. His auntie told me his family all have women that are bigger than them or taller than them. It runs in the family. So, you know, if I'm ever insecure about, I wonder if he really wanted. Baby, it's in your genes. You wanted a big woman ready to say it not.
Right.
Nah, that's the joke. That was just a little joke.
Oh, it's all good.
I know that's all that. That was cute.
It was.
At the end of the day, you know, as we're moving forward through life, however we ended up together, we here now. So, you know
12 years.
Yeah.
That's
all of us, like
all
y'all
of us,
too.
like
We're here, so we have
Yeah,
to take
that's
advantage of us being here because, you know, like I feel that being married and it's like a responsibility because if you look at some of the things that that we're experiencing in our community. In my opinion, a lot of it comes from not seeing proper family structure in the household. So if I could be a good example of what a proper family structure is, then now if I could share what I do, my son is succeeding, you know, me and my wife working together. So if I could use whatever gifts God gave me to be a good example to other people, then maybe I could influence somebody to, you know, not get divorced or to be like, man, I'm gonna be a little nicer to my wife or whatever. Or a little more, try to help my kids succeed more. Whatever gift I could be to give to somebody else, I'm obligated at this point because I'm come to a level of understanding that, you know, our lives are valuable, but it could be short. Like I was reading this book, it's called The Power of Now. And they say if you were to ask Google or Alexa, you know, how long the universe been in existence, the universe has been in existence over 7 billion years or 13 billion years. So it says in comparison, our life expectancy is like a drop of water that drop on a leaf. In comparison, because we might walk outside and step on an ant to the earth, right? So now when we say, if I only had a little bit of time, what would I do? Well, I look at life like that. I ain't got a little bit of time. Like, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here, and if the universe has been around for billions of years, then that means my little time right here, I'm gonna have to make the thing spin. So I'm gonna have to make this earth spin faster before I go, because me being fearful to speak out and say, man, you should do this or do that, or like treat your spouse better, like I'm wasting time because I don't know how many more opportunities I'm gonna have to share my message with other people. So every opportunity I try to take advantage of.
Wow, that is so good.
So super fantastic.
Sweet sounds, blessings.
Join the royal culture, it don't cost a thing. We rather give prayers to the Lord than give praise to some bling. We help relationships and fix your dating status. Come give a tune in to the podcast. We work like magic. I call that transformation. Transformation. Come watch this transformation. It's amazing. Call that transformation. Transformation. Tune into transformation. You'll feel amazing. Monday through Sunday, you know how we come.